Hey, this is Michael Lombardi, co-founder of The Daily Coach. For many years, many of you have asked us to turn our best articles into a book. Now I'm excited to share that we are releasing our first Daily Coach hardcover and Kindle book. The subject is hiring. It's a collection of our best stories on what we think is the most important decision any leader can make. Who you bring onto your team. Visit us at www.thedaily.coach to order yours today.
Welcome to the Daily Coach's Sports Leadership Lessons, a reading of some of our greatest hits from more than 6 years of email newsletters that have been read by tens of thousands of leaders and learners. If you want our latest newsletter delivered to your inbox every day, you can subscribe for free at thedaily.coach/subscribe or follow the link in the description. How Bill Self contextualized adversity. When Kansas coach Bill Self walked off the court at halftime of the national championship game, his team trailed 40-25 to the University of North Carolina. The Jayhawks hadn't played well in the first half, and no team in tournament history had come back from a 15-point deficit. But Self knew this wasn't the time for a Knute Rockne speech and didn't need to remind his players what was at stake. So instead, he did what a great leader does in times of despair. He contextualized the adversity. I told them, would you rather be down 15 points at halftime or 9 with 2 minutes left? Because that's what happened in 2008. They all said 15, Self said. After he'd painted the adversity picture for all to see, Kansas rallied to win 72-69. In a 2010 paper written by Mark D. Seary, E. Allison Holman, and Roxanne Cohen-Silver titled Whatever Does Not Kill Us, Cumulative Lifetime Adversity, Vulnerability, and Resilience, the authors conclude through case studies that exposure to adverse life events typically predicts subsequent negative effects on mental health and well-being, such that more adversity predicts worse outcomes. However, adverse experiences may also foster subsequent resilience, with resulting advantages for mental health and well-being. In a multi-year longitudinal study of a national sample, people with a history of some lifetime adversity reported better mental health and well-being outcomes than not only people with a high history of adversity, but also than people with no history of adversity. A basketball game isn't a lifetime of adversity or a life and death matter. Self knew his team was resilient, and the Jayhawks had been through past adversity in 2008, which left a lasting impression on the program. Despite the fact that none of his present players was on that roster, the echoes of the past were part of Kansas's fabric. Instead of saying, woe is us, and feeling sorry for themselves, Self used the dark memory to light the fire for the second half. We've all been through tough times that we'd rather forget. But according to Seary, Holman, and Silver, forgetting the past won't help us build a better future. Using the haunted memory does, however, allow us to become more motivated, focused, and determined. At times, being happy makes people care less about details, which makes them less persuasive and more prone to errors. Self's team wasn't happy at the half, and by contextualizing the problem, he persuaded his players to overcome adversity and eliminate their mistakes. Thanks for joining this episode of The Daily Coach. On behalf of Michael Lombardi, Coach George Raveling, and the entire Daily Coach team, we're grateful for your support. Remember, the most important person you will ever lead is yourself. Keep growing, keep learning, and most importantly, keep showing up.